recognize this?
Those are my panties. How did you...
We assume Mr. Williams stole them.
Where did you find them?
Mr. Williams had a room filled with, unsavory items. It was like a shrine.
Unsavory items? Well, what does that mean? What is that?
I am so sorry you weren't supposed to see that. Mudge! Get that out of here.
No, wait. Is that supposed to be me?
It's hard to say.
The story begins a week ago. When Bree went to visit her therapist at the hospital, she learned something shocking. The man who pushed her therapist off the bridge was actually her own fiancé. Without hesitation, Bree called the police. Later that day, George came home after shopping. He found police officers searching his house. The moment he saw them taking away his blue bicycle, he knew the truth was out. He quickly hid and called Bree.
Bree, it's me. The police are at my house. They're going through my stuff. What the hell is going on?
I know what you did to Dr. Goldfine. And I can see now just how sick you really are, so please, just turn yourself in, and that way you can get the help that you really need. George?
After realizing his crimes had been exposed, George hesitated for a moment. Then he decided to run. But to win Bree's forgiveness, he soon came up with one final desperate plan.
There's a charity dinner taking place downstairs. My friend Bree Van de Kamp is one of the co-chairs. Give her this note and walk away. If she comes up in the elevator, call me. You think you can do that?
Yes, sir.
Following George's instructions, a waiter delivered something to Bree. Then the waiter handed the package to her. After reading George's letter, Bree immediately reached for the phone to call the police. But before she could say a word, the person on the other end shared a shocking discovery.
Mrs. Van de Kamp, my men are at his house right now, and they've uncovered evidence that suggests Mr. Williams was responsible for your husband's death.
What?
Yeah, we found Rex's prescription bottles and Dr. Potassium pills, as well as some disturbing diary entries. Mrs. Van de Kamp.
At that moment, the whole truth finally came out. Bree was filled with regret and anger, but she had no idea what to do next. She silently stepped into the elevator. As soon as the elevator doors closed, the waiter called George upstairs. At the same time, George had no idea the police had already told Bree the truth. When he got the call from the restaurant employee saying Bree was on her way, he immediately moved to the next step of his plan. But things did not go as he expected. Bree never showed up. For his own safety, George decided to call 911 himself. Before he could explain anything, Bree suddenly walked through the door. He quickly hung up and went back to acting. The moment Bree entered, she saw George lying on the bed. Scattered pills were spread across the table. But before anything else, she asked the question that had been on her mind.
I want to help you. But in order to do that, I need to forgive you, and I can't do that until you've admit what you've done.
I didn't push Goldfine.
Yes, you did. But that's not what I'm talking about. You killed Rex.
Look, I'm in trouble here. We need to call someone.
Not until you admit what you've done.
I love you. Anything I may have done, I did for you. Because you wanted me to. You know you did. We need to phone an ambulance.
I called them while you were asleep. They're already on their way.
After hearing her answer, George finally felt at peace and closed his eyes. Bree did nothing after that. She simply stood there and watched him slowly die. The next day, the police searched George's house from top to bottom. They also asked Bree to come to the scene. The officers had found something unusual during the search. Bree thought it was just a routine interview. After answering their questions, she got ready to leave. But then the police revealed something that completely shocked her. That was the very scene from the beginning of the story.
What is that?
I am so sorry you weren't supposed to see that. Mudge! Get that out of here.
No, wait. Is that supposed to be me?
Well, it's hard to say.
I don't understand. I mean, what would George be doing with a life-size doll? Oh, dear Lord.
Go ahead.
Oh, hold it. What are you going to do with that?
Well, until we close the file on Mr. Williams, she's considered evidence. We'll have to take her back to the station.
I am so sorry about this, Mrs. Van de Kamp. I know how difficult all this must be.
Even though Bree was falling apart inside, she stayed perfectly calm, because everyone knew Bree was a perfectionist. To her, protecting her dignity always came first, even in the most humiliating moment of her life.